foremost, guys, I just want to say, it's an honor to be part of just like this legacy, this family, this team that we're all together. Shout out to Mark for leading this, Professor Busy, our strength conditioning coaches. Last year we were number 2 in the world. This year we're going to be number 1, and we're going to continue to be number 1 in the world for many, many years to come. And that's what we call legacy. That's what we call being part of something that's great, and it's an honor, and I feel we're all super blessed for that. So I've been evaluating the team and just kind of thinking about myself and about you guys, about some things that maybe we're lacking or we could step it up in a certain area. I feel like a lot of guys come here and they just train and they sacrifice, they drive here every day, they train. But what are you guys doing it for? And most of you guys are going to say world champ. And that's great, but is it in the UFC? Is it Bellator? Is it LFA? Are you just a prize fighter? Are you want to fight in glory? So I feel like it's important to figure out what we're doing this for. I feel like it's important to have goals. So that leads me to the topic that I picked today is goals. So in order to find out what we want to do in this life and figure out, evaluate our life, I feel like we need to get quiet. We need to get away from the stimulation of phones, of roommates, of friends, and just kind of get out in the woods or wherever you need to go to get quiet. For me, it was prison. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you could. But no, seriously, guys, just get quiet, really evaluate your life, get in your prayer and your thoughts, and just kind of figure out what you want to do. When you know what you want to do and why you want to do it, you're going to get a lot better results. That leads me to my next thing. After you figure out what you want to do, figure out why you want to do what you want to do. And your why has to be super important, man. If it's just about you, I don't think you're gonna make it. Is it for your family, your friends, your kids, your wife? Is it just your God-given destiny? Because when opposition hits and you're doing it for something greater than yourself, you're gonna run through that. You're gonna have the strength to run through that obstacle. But if you don't, and it's all selfish, and you guys can watch all the fighters that say, I'm doing this for me, and they get selfish, usually they lose. So you need to figure out what your why is, make sure it's greater than something than yourself, and you can walk forward. Next is you need to set a date of when. Now this puts some pressure on yourself. When you figure out when you want to do something, now you got a little bit of pressure, but like as Mark Montoya would say, pressure is a privilege. We have a privilege to be great, to do something amazing, to have a legacy. And when you put this date on your calendar, on your goal list, on your affirmation board, it's gonna light a fire under you that's gonna drive you to get that done, and you're gonna work towards it every day. And then last of all, well, first off, I want to say I want everyone in this gym to be a world champ. I really do, ladies and all the guys. I mean, maybe not the 85ers while I'm fighting, maybe top 5 for you guys, but after my career. But no, seriously, guys, I want everyone to be successful, and I know we can if we work towards our goals. And then last of all, guys, I feel like you need to go public with your goals. You need to tell your small group of friends, you need to tell your teammates, tell the media, because every time you say it, and you say it with passion, that just ignites a fire inside of you, that passion to push towards your goals. How are you gonna hit a target that you can't see? It's like an archer shooting his target. If you put a blindfold on the archer and spin him around, he might hit that target 1 in a million. And I feel like that's what it's gonna be like for you if you don't have these goals and this plan of action set. So I believe it's super important for a 5-year goal, a year goal, a monthly, a weekly, but mostly important for a daily goal. You gotta have these little victories throughout your day. What I do personally, every Sunday I evaluate my week. I see what I've done, I check off everything I've done, and then I plan for the week coming up. I hear a lot of guys in here say, I don't have time. Well, it's not that you don't have time, it's just you're lacking direction. And I feel like you can plan for everything. You plan for your rest, you plan for your recreation. You plan to have fun in your certain days, and you'll find you get a lot more done, and you'll have more time to have fun. So I want to practice what I preach, and I want to go public with my goals, and I want to read you some of my goals that I wrote down for this year. Now, you don't have to do your goals like me. I just put them in some categories. You can go on Google and look at goals and get a different structure, but maybe you can pick something up from this. I have personal, physical, spiritual, relationship, and financial. Now and career. My career goals, I want to break into the top 5 this year. I want to give God all the glory for saving my life and putting me in the position I'm in today. Now, if I win my next 2 fights, it's looking like that's going to happen. I want to keep working on my book. I'm working on that, and things are in the works, so I'm just continuing to work on that. I want to have 3 to 4 fights in the UFC and get 3 bonuses. I'm already 2 fights in this year. I can get 2 more. It looks like I'm only going to get 2 more bonuses. That's the best result, but always set your goals higher. And if you don't achieve them all, that means you set them perfect. Personal goals, I want to buy a house. I actually was looking at a house today and trying to get pre-approved, so that's in the works. I want to pray for people more, man. I want to just, give back as much as I can. My physical goal, I want to stop eating sugar. When I wrote these goals down, me, Mark, and Jason, and a few of you guys that fell off, we did a 3-month no sugar. So that was my goal then, and now I'm back on no sugar. I'm about 2 weeks in until my fight. I'm going to do no sugar. I want to beat these autoimmune diseases I have. I have a thyroid problem and a stomach issue. I've already beat the stomach one, and I'm working on beating the thyroid problem. And I just want to make healthy eating a lifestyle so that it's just not a diet all the time. It's just a lifestyle for this season of my life. Spiritual goals, which I think are the most important. I want to get closer to God, get my relationship with Him. I want to read scripture more. I want to get more plugged in the church and serve people. I want to speak in prisons. I got denied for a 3-year ban about 2.5 years ago, so that's coming up on renewal. Hopefully they let me in to speak. Relationship goals, I want to organize a family vacation. I want to ask my girlfriend to marry me. Financial goals, I want to finish my taxes. What's up? First time in 29 years. I got the job done. So that's what's up. I want to have 6 figures in the bank. And I want to have 10 grand that I can donate, that I can give back in some way to the church, to the people, to Gatiquez, he's a struggling fighter. So yeah, guys, those are some of my goals. So my advice to you guys would be get in a quiet place, evaluate your life, figure out what you really want, figure out your why, and then go public with your goals and be passionate about it. And I believe we're going to get a lot better results. So that's my time. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.